Radzi, thank you very much indeed. Yes, Mark Williams and Jiahui most certainly have a tough act to follow.
Jiahui to break.
But just like Trump and Murphy before them, this could well turn out to be a thriller. It certainly was when they played at the Crucible. Radzi's mentioned it already. Williams in the first round, 9-7 down, fought back to force a decider. You would have thought his experience would carry the day. Oh no. C made a 77 break that was terrifically well crafted in the decider. So Ken, will C continue his brilliance against O'Sullivan, or will the older man prevail?
It's a fascinating contest, isn't it, between these two? Youth versus experience. 27 years between the two players, but there's a man who's seen and done it all, and a young man, I'm sure, is going to achieve great things in this game. He's such a wonderful talent. We saw how well he played when he reached the semi-finals of the World Championship, only to lose out in the last frame to Luca Brissell. With that, well, 9-frame lead. But how well he played against Ronnie O'Sullivan just the other night. He's full of talent. He scores very heavily. He's wonderful long putter. And the thing I love about him, I suppose, because of youth on his side, he's got no fear, Phil, has he? You know, there's no fear factor. He just looks so relaxed out there. I think the burning question is, how does Mark Williams cope with it? He's got to keep him at distance and get him out of his comfort zone and mix it up a little bit. But it's, yeah, really looking forward to this match.
How tough is professional snooker these days?
15.
Well, C, only 3 years ago, was relegated from the tour. Regained his place through winning the World Federation Championship. 4 leading amateurs around the planet. And now, look at him go.
22. 23.
Came into the week 22nd in the world rankings. If he wins tonight,
13.
he'd be up to 11th.
I think the fact that he's in the top 16 now as well will be a great boost for him, but just the confidence of beating someone like Ronnie O'Sullivan. Have a look at that first shot. And that's how confident he is, you know. He's, as I said, no fear whatsoever. Just needed so much topspin on the cue ball there just to get it right through the pack of reds and onto the black lovely, and now, well,
38.
Not a ball safe. What a start.
Mark Williams is a world champion, world #1, done everything. I think he would struggle to play the shot that set C up for this break. Pile driver it was.
He's got wonderful gun barrel strike cue action, but also he's got amazing cue power as well. He can play shots like that with top spin. He can screw the ball back.
47.
Consummate ease. And that's a great weapon to have. And can develop shots, he can develop reds, just like he did with that shot right through the pack. Great start.
$54.
And of all the technical ability that he has, I mean, that glitch at the World Championship, okay, you could say he crumbled a little bit from having a 9-frame lead against Luca Brissell, 14-5, losing 17-16 in the end. Well, I think in a way that will stand to him. Showed great temperament, great calmness
16
last night when Ronnie piled the pressure on him.
Yes, it seemed to me the only time he fell victim to being overexcited was when he was on the 147. Adrenaline kicked in and he grossly overscrewed off the 12th black.
Yeah, it was quite incredible. As well, that was frame
69.
ball. You know, he didn't realise, he said he was on the maximum until he was on 80. So show you how much he was sort of concentrating just on winning the frame. What a start.
77. $78.
Of course, he can't make a maximum here, but he could make his personal best break in professional competition.
80.
Right now, it stands at 140. Done it twice, 2020 Welsh Open and the 2024 German Masters, when he was beaten in the final by someone he could play in tomorrow's final. Judd Trump.
93.
Yeah,
94.
you know, it's quite incredible. You know, he's massive tournament, huge prize money, semi-final. You think, well, maybe he might be a little bit nervous. As that ball brings up the century, yeah, he might be a little bit nervous, but I mean, what a start and what a signal it sends out to his opponent, Mark Williams.
101.
There was one shot earlier on in this break, well, that really set him up. Just have a look at this and watch the cue ball. Watch the top spin. It almost stops and then goes again. And he couldn't have played it any better. Trying to get back on the black here. Great shot. He must have heard you, Phil. He wants the black and as many points as possible to make his highest break ever. So possible 1-4-3 on the table.
116.
No PB, but that's A-OK. Terrific start. In one visit, Jiahui draws first blood emphatically. That was a superb start from Jiahui. Mark Williams made no real contribution to the first frame, but he won't be fazed by that. In 32 years as a professional, he's seen pretty much everything. We can't overstate the importance of this match, Ken. Let's just talk about the Player Series in the new year. The winner of this match will basically be in all three events: World Grand Prix, Players Championship and Tour Championship.
Yeah, so there's a lot at stake, apart from the fact that they're playing for an extra 100,000 and the possibility of winning this tournament, and $500,000 prize money that goes with it. So there's a lot at stake.
Sorry? Can we stop that camera for a second? Because that camera is moving. Could we stop it, please? Yes.
It's just one of the cameras is just moving a little bit. Might be the jib. He's just waiting for it to stop. It's just in his eye slightly.
Our referee sorting it out is Kevin Dabrowski.
Now, he's going to take this red on. He had a quick look to see would he be leaving anything into the opposite middle pocket. Don't think he will, so it's worth having a go, and it looks pretty good. Good shot. One of the best potters that this game has ever seen, Mark Williams. He's going to need another good one here. Tight on this cushion. Takes good cueing, this. Beautiful. Never touched the sides.
8.
Even though he's a veteran, he's still a winner. Last season he won both the British Open, which he'll defend in a few weeks' time, and also the Tour Championship.
Yeah, needs one good pot here just to get back in prime position. Play off the side cushion for the black into the same pocket. No. That was surprising. Quite a long way away from that, Mark Williams. Unlike him. But he hasn't left anything easy, straightforward for his young opponent. It's red along the top cushion. Treacherous.
One.
That was over ambitious. He tried to make an angle that might not have been there.
Jiahui, 1. One.
It's not been a heavy scoring week so far for Mark Williams. He has won 2 clinching frames with centuries. Won a decider against Tepchai Anu in the last 32, and then to complete his whitewash against Jimmy Robertson in the quarterfinals last night. But generally speaking, Ken, he has scored more heavily in other tournaments than he has this week.
Yeah, but he's the type of player that won't faze him at all. He won't really bother. He's just so happy to be able to win matches. And look, He can play all the shots, Mark Williams. That is another different way of breaking the pack, but very, very effective. Lots of top spin once again. That was a wonderful shot.
17.
Yeah, he's the type of player that it doesn't really faze him if he's not knocking the brakes in, because he's such a clever player and he's a master craftsman at the game. But sometimes it almost excites him winning sort of scrappy frames by using his ability of the angles. And look at, as we see that shot again, wonderful.
23.
It's a nice shot, just stunning off the top cushion for this red into the left centre. Screw back for black.
32.
Doesn't have to go into the reds here. There's still a couple of loose reds he can play on.
$39. $40.
When he saw Jiahui overplay his hand with that green to middle, Williams identified a really good chance to remind C of just how difficult he will be to beat.
$47.
62 the difference, so red and black to follow will be enough, but I'd like to put as many of these balls as possible.
$55. $56.
Now this shot will be a little bit more difficult. Cue ball has to travel a little bit of distance, maybe for that red, just to the left of the pink. There's a possibility. He's just checking the scores again. Well, the only player that can play this shot in the game. Have a look at his underarm. And the crowd really enjoy it, but he's gone too far. It could be end the break.
60. Mark Williams, 60.
A 60 break, more than sufficient for Mark Williams to equalise. C missed the green, Williams did the rest. In a best of 19 frame final for a first prize of £500,000. Of course, it would be Jiahui's biggest payday. If he won tonight, he'd guarantee that.
Very ambitious. Digging down on the cue ball, trying to hit it at that pace into a tight angle. And he's left a starter here for Mark Williams. Nicely played.
One.
I've seen this with C before. When he's playing well, sometimes he believes his own publicity and goes for a few too many.
Eight.
Yeah, might be able to, when potting this, bring a red or two into play. Stay on the black. Oh, needs to slow up.
No.
Has it gone too far? And is he on the pink in the middle, if not the black? Too far for the black. Pink doesn't look available, so bit unfortunate there, Mark Williams. What a recovery. What a recovery.
12.
The veteran playing a young man's game.
Good save.
Lovely opportunity here into the red. Still hold for that red just left of the cue ball. Perfectly played.
20.
Wonderful break builder. When you watch Mark
20.
Williams, sometimes he will split the pack up off the blue, but more often than not, this is the way he likes to make breaks. Just sort of cherry pick off the loose ones. Won't go into the pack of reds until the very last minute when he needs to. Hasn't played that cue ball too well though. Needed to be straighter on this red. Yeah, didn't get on that nice, and you saw the disappointment. Don't see that very often, but yeah, disappointed with that. He had a good opportunity there. Very short with the cue ball.
Yes, it was a real lackluster positional shot. If Williams prevails tonight, he'll take his total career prize money a little over £8 million. And if he wins tomorrow, the whole shebang, it would be his biggest ever payday. He's won the World Championship, the UK, the Masters, the Tour, but this would be his biggest haul. Right now it's $425,000 for winning the World Championship in 2018.
Oh, this red. We're missing the double. It's run over the screen pocket, and a chance now for Jiahui. nicely played, and well, it could be perfect on the blue here. Split the pack. And you always got to be careful. Just you always have a look at the reds, just to make sure there's no plants into either corner pocket. Reds could go everywhere here. And that's okay. He's got one in the middle.
6. 5.
Now this is a chance he really should exploit.
6.
With his scoring skill set.
FC.
Yeah, that was a strange one. Didn't have to play that red. Could have played the red into the left corner. The problem with playing that red was that he could have always been hampered by this red close to the cushion, and that's exactly where he's landed. Have a look at his bridging now. So much more difficult, this black. It's missable. But that for a bridge. Yeah, missable. But that was careless. Very careless. Yes,
Jiahui.
may cost him the frame.
The telltale sign of frustration, Ken. The thud of the cue butt into the carpet.
1.
Such a wonderful chance there. I mean, he was on another red into the left corner that he could have played, and there was just a lot of traffic on the right hand side of the table that he had to be careful with the cue ball. He wasn't. Left himself a difficult black, and well, I think it's going to cost him.
8.
That's the only difference between the two players. Mark Williams probably would never have played that red for fear of the possibility of bridging over another red. It's just the experience. Maybe a telling factor in this match. It remains to be seen, but it certainly was in this frame.
Let's see.
In all of the interviews you do with Mark Williams, there's a lot of kidology when he says he's an old man, he shouldn't be here, the eyes are going. He can't quite believe he's still competing. Deep down, he knows this is where he still belongs.
Yeah, and I think, you know, over the last couple of seasons, Snooker Tour has sort of given him a new lease of life. Lots more tournaments, you know, since COVID particularly. Lots more to play for. And he's determined to still be in the top 16 when he's 50 years of age. I said to him, interviewing the other night, I said, the way he's going, he could be in the top 16 by the time he's 60.
20 years.
And it's quite possible, because he's still playing to a wonderful standard.
20.
Well, you don't need to be a mathematical genius to know if he wins tonight, he will be in the top 16 when he's 50. That would be ambition mathematically fulfilled. Now, if he takes on the yellow, that would be a real pressure shot. It's the obvious positional ball.
Yeah, that's okay. He held the yellow spot. He just had a quick look. I think he's okay. I'm not quite sure. Referee just getting the ball marker out just to make sure. From that position, it looks like the yellow won't spot, but the referee made his best. Mike Williams made a little gesture behind the referee's back there. Thankfully, the referee didn't see him. The rest of the crowd did, though. So it's scuppered his chance a little bit here. He's 44 in the lead, 51 remaining. The red is maybe too dangerous to take on into that green pocket. He might just play a safety shot here.
Yeah, that's annoying, because had he been able to see the red to middle, that would have been frame ball. That was superb. To pot a ball like that across the top cushion is good enough, but it's so much more difficult across the ball cushion.
Yeah, great shot. And the fact that it was frame ball as well, there was a bit of pressure on that. But there, and this is Mark Williams is one of the cleverest players. Look at that. He knows that if he gets the pink, he's 51 ahead, with just 43 remaining. But he's played it in such a way that even if he's missed it, he wasn't going to be leaving this red near the green. Sort of a safety in mind type of shot. So he's still got to be a little bit careful, because only one snooker required. Once again, red taken on, but safety in mind.
Of course, in his lengthy career, Williams has lost frames when the opponent requires snookers, but not very often. He doesn't make too many tactical missteps.
Please declare, Mark. Please declare. Blue ball.
The wise old owl.
6.
Blue doesn't go, he's got the snooker. And by the way, this isn't a sign of disrespect. He always plays these shots out to snookers one-handed. Jiahui remains in his chair. The crowd loving this. Mark Williams, who's fast approaching his 50th birthday, might be fast approaching the Saudi Arabia Snooker Masters final. He leads 2-1.
Frame 4.
28 years removed from his first world ranking title. Now he's gunning for his 27th. All very well, Ken, to play an open game, but you've got to get them.
Oh, yeah, my sentiments exactly, Phil. Very loose from Jiahui. And it was loose in the previous frame as well after starting off so well. Not too bad for a left-hander here. He would have loved to have just travelled another few inches towards the left there, but when he pots this, he's using a lot of power and going through the reds. Hopefully get on the colour. Great attempt. A little bit more pace would have been ideal and would have been on the blue nicer. So it's not straightforward, this. No, it's just a wonderful shot. Deserves a bit of luck here to be on a red. And he is. Excellent shot. Had to avoid the yellow and also the pocket when playing that blue. I couldn't have played it any better.
We shouldn't be surprised with this, you know. It's only 5 months after he won that Tour Championship. First round he beat Tom Ford in a decider, thanks to one of the most miraculous clearances in snooker history, and that's not an exaggeration, is it, Ken?
No, that's one of the best clearances that we've ever seen, and we've seen a lot over the years, Phil, but yeah, I remember it well.
And then after that he just did the small task of beating Judd Trump, Mark Allen and Ronnie O'Sullivan in consecutive matches, all best of 19s. He remains one of the game's very best.
Played that nicely.
26.
Honestly, it's a little bit unlucky he's not on this red. Dead straight, that would have been more preferable. He's having a good look at it. He may be able to play it with a bit of side and swerve. But if he plays this one on the left, well, he's bridging over that pink. Needs all due care and attention, this. Yeah, not a problem.
26.
The only second part of that was that he was sort of going away from the black. I don't expect him to miss it. No problem.
34.
In many respects, Ken, the way he floats the cue ball around the table, he is a throwback to a bygone era.
Yeah. He relies on, you know, just his technique, that he's able to drop balls in, dead weight, trust the table, trust his technique. It's just, his cue action is just so eloquent. He doesn't rush, but is still a very, very fast player. Everything at the moment going right into the heart of the pocket. Don't forget, he sat out the first frame and only got one shot. But what a response from Mark Williams in double quick time.
48. $55. $56.
He's well aware, after what happened at the Crucible, that he needs to be sharp against C. And sharpness is being produced.
$63. $64.
Just having a look to see if that red will pass the red into this bottom left-hand corner pocket. Looks pretty tight. He still has the two loose reds left of the pink he could screw over towards. Maybe he feels that it just spot, as this very knowledgeable crowd recognised that was the ball that put Jiahui in the snooker required stage. This has been brilliant. What a masterclass. Completely different match this afternoon, Phil. It was a bit of a war of attrition, but equally pulsating and intriguing, just like tonight. But this one, it's all breaks.
Yeah, total playing time less than an hour, and already 4 frames in the books, because this one is done and dusted.
$84.
Williams setting a fair pace for centuries this season. This would be his 13th. Just the 6.42 in professional competition.
$97.
Stretching over, the red stayed out. But I tell you what, from Mark Williams, that was vintage from the veteran. He was 1-0 down to a big century, but he did not worry in the slightest, winning the next 3. Mark Williams in command here. He leads Jiahui by 3 frames to 1.
Jiahui, of course, beat him at the Crucible 10-9. This is a shorter match, but there's so much riding on it.
Jiahui to break.
Of course, he made that century in the first frame, but Mark Williams, in his unique way, has won the next 3, playing as if he's not got a care in the world on what is a massive occasion. Not a good break-off for C. Last thing he needed coming back after the interval to present an immediate opening. Well, going for the jugular. No thoughts of rolling up to the brown, but in taking it on, he had to get it. He was always obviously going to leave the red. So a chance for C, despite that poor break-off shot.
Yeah, an unusual miss from Mark Williams, unexpected. Angle, not perfect on this, gonna have to force it a little bit. Couldn't get on that red above the black, so decided to play for this red, just right of the pack, up into the yellow pocket. He's gone off the ball. Jiahui, you see, is a little bit dejected, body language not good. It's just been a little bit loose. Didn't see those misses against Ronnie O'Sullivan last night. And there's another very loose shot. Mark Williams to be delighted picking up these easy chances, not having to work at all.
Yeah, the problem is that I'm not sure what Jiahui has to fall back on if this game isn't working, whereas Mark Williams, we know he can win any sort of frame. That's worked out nicely.
No.
Yeah, he can't get too frustrated. He still a long way to go on this match. First to 6, of course, for a place in tomorrow's final. We saw today was a completely different match to tonight. How hard both players had to work for openings and chances. Tonight it's a lot more open. But Mark Williams dominating so far.
Yeah, and if you follow Mark on social media, you know, you'll be aware that he's not a big one for practicing necessarily between events that much, but every day during this event he's been here early. He's been on that practice table, putting the hours in. When he's at tournaments, he takes it very seriously. I'm not sure how much he thinks about it between tournaments, but that doesn't matter. I saw him this morning, he said, I'm nearly 50, I can't see, and I'm in a semi-final. Well, the way things are going, he's going to be in the final.
Well, if he can't see, I don't know what it says for the rest of us, Dave. We're all in trouble, but he's still playing wonderful snooker. He hasn't played his best snooker to get to the semi-final, but he doesn't have to. He's got such a wonderful B game. As I said, we talked about how clever and astute he is as a snooker player. He knows how to win, even when he's not at his best. And he's one of these players that gradually, as he goes through the tournament, can get better and better and better. And Jiahui at the moment, well, he's been given a little lesson here. Another glorious positional shot. He couldn't have placed it any better with his hand there, even though the cue ball would have travelled, well, the best part of maybe 13 or 14 feet there with the cue ball, but perfect. Now he may play a little cannon, one of these reds, right through the gap here. Cue ball through the gap, perfect cannon on the red, lovely.
This is a delightful break.
14.
One of his great strengths is he sort of looks like he doesn't care. Steve Davis said the key is to play like it means nothing when it actually means everything. Maybe Mark is the closest we've actually seen to that being realised at the top level. It doesn't mean it doesn't matter, but sort of body language, he's just sort of gliding around the table as if this was a practice session. You can't rattle him, that's for sure. And Jiahui himself is looking a bit rattled in this match. After the great start he made, things are running away from him. One more red needed, it's going to be 4-1. Remember, Mark Williams won 2 ranking events last season, the British Open, which he'll be defending soon in Cheltenham, and of course the Tour Championship in Manchester. And then just after that, Jiahui beat him at the Crucible. But he's going to have to really pull at some trees to threaten another victory here over the Welshman. So another frame-winning contribution, 77 from Mark Williams, who ploughs on in this semi-final. He's 2 away from a meeting with Judd Trump, leading by 4 frames to 1. It's not just the scoreline, it's how he got there. Breaks a 60, 97, 77. course, Sears played twice on the main table. He beat Jimmy White here and Ronnie O'Sullivan. It's Williams' first outing on it. A lot is hoped for Jiahui, but it's a tough school, isn't it? He's had Ronnie O'Sullivan to play Mark Williams. If he beats him, to play Judd Trump. Just coming round to see if that's a plan, I think.
Well, if it is, and takes it on, and it doesn't go right, cue ball is going to be careering all the way through those reds. It'd be so dangerous, risky. Decided against it. Yeah, he's just got to be patient. He knows, he has to believe that when he gets a chance, he's gonna, just like in the very first frame, he's gonna take it in one visit. And you know, he's one of those players that can reel off frames very, very quickly, so he can't get too impatient or frustrated. Just a couple of loose shots here and there. He's just got to eradicate. Williams, in the crafty old fox that he is, he won't be letting up. He'll know the dangers of giving even half chances to this young man. He knows how talented, how dangerous he can be.
Well, again, said he's stall out here, but it's not found its target, and the red has come back up towards balconies onto this yellow pocket.
What?
Yeah, may play for that red as close to this top cushion. Looking at the angle, does he play into the reds? Well, I don't think he feels he has to play for the loose one, maybe. Well, maybe he looks like he's going into them. Taking a chance. Yeah, the only problem now, all of a sudden, he's tied up the black. Still got a red to the left centre.
I mean, it seems an obvious thing to say about a snooker player, but he's always been a great potter. He can pot them from anywhere, Mark Williams. Again, here is hampered, but no problem.
Yeah, that was a wonderful recovery pot. This yellow, well, the yellow he could play and maybe play into the pack. Those pack of 5 reds, but need the pink. Try and bring the pink and some reds into play. Doesn't have to, of course. Does have the angle. That's what he's tried, and that's okay. That little shot is just, well, it's released the pink into this bottom right corner pocket, and of course brought another couple of reds into play. Play for the pink here.
Well, this could have finished a little better, but I was just thinking the crowd here, if they were here this afternoon, they saw a thriller. But this is turning into a rather one-sided affair. But, as I say, that could have been a lot easier. Now then, can see Jiahui get involved again in this match. We were near Ken and O in the players' room. You were there near Jack Trump, Judd's brother, during that decider, and he didn't speak and he didn't move, but his face showed every emotion.
Yeah, he was going through the ringer as much as Judd was on the table. They always say it is more difficult to watch than it is to play, but I'm so emotionally involved in playing every shot. Whether it be your brother or your friend, people around you, they play every shot with you. At least out there you're in some sort of control. Can he play on a red, or is he going to try and develop something? Pink back to being tied up. This was a good opening red. Black tied up, so he's got to do something. May play into those reds just beneath the pink and try and make something happen here. No, he's playing for a loose one, but he has to be very precise. Is he on this red just below the pink? If he is, well, it's a wonderful shot. Looks like he is. He's played that to perfection. What a brave shot to play there. Yeah, well played. Thought the way he played and the way he held himself together against Ronnie O'Sullivan, well, it really was a true test of his composure and temperament. Came through with flying colours. He's going to need that composure now. He really has to make a frame and a break, you would feel, from this visit.
Yeah, worth saying as well, he was 3-0 down to Pang Junzhu earlier in the tournament. It was a different sort of match to what we're used to with him, but he managed to battle through. He didn't finish till nearly 1 in the morning, so it wasn't a match of breaks. It was about grit.
'26. 27. 30. 34.
Yeah, quick glance at the score. He's only 18 points in the lead. Pink will be 24, so he's going to need at least 4 of these reds with colours. Put the frame beyond Mark Williams.
14.
Another confident pot to the right centre pocket. Back in prime position. Really good break so far. Second shot in this break, the positional shot for the red, just below the pink, was particularly good. Set him up nicely. So pink will put on 45 in the lead, blue 44. So he's going to need another red and possibly another colour, you would say, to. That's why he's just having a good look at the scoreboard here.
Visit this. Mark Williams was in, he missed that red with the rest. The question was, could Jiahui just compose himself to put enough together, and he has done.
Yeah, it's been quality, hasn't it? Sort of under pressure a little bit, you know, 4-1 down.
Williams is having a look here. 51 the difference, 43 on. Well, just needs the red in, and that is surely 4-2. Got to keep your head up no matter what the position in the match, and show your opponent you have the belief that you can come back into it. He's done that in this frame. Let's see Jiahui.
6.
Whatever happens, of course, he'll be in the top 16 after the event, which is, I think, brilliant news actually for the game, because he's an exciting talent. Earned a lot of fans after that semi-final near miss in 2023 at the World Championship.
Let's see.
And of course, if he can stay there, he'll be at the Masters in January, and all these sort of spin-offs come along, don't they?
Yeah, and I think he's going to, you know, please a lot of people with the way he plays. You know, there's no doubt about that. He's got a wonderful talent, a great flair for the game. And he's going to excite a lot of spectators. He's already doing that here. Clapping almost every shot for him.
20.
Such a young man, but already to get in the top 16, as you said, is just quite incredible. Have a look at that for a blue. Alex Higgins many years ago.
Yeah, he's not quite a hurricane, but he's a great player to watch for sure, and that was a terrific frame in the end from him. He's got himself within 2 again. Mark Williams leading 4-2. He's one of the finalists.
Thank you.
Held off Sean Murphy in that thriller earlier, 6-5. Who's he going to play? He beat Jiahui in the German Masters final last season. Mark Williams beat Trump in the Tour Championship in the end of the season, and then Trump beat him in Shanghai this season. That red has come up at the table again, but it's covered this time.
Well, that's a mistake. This red is potable into the right centre pocket. You can. Pink may be available, but certainly the blue is. He's going to come around and have a look at the pink. And the blue. I think pot's past that red. The heavy contact on the cue ball, of course hitting down on it, but pink pots as well, so that's a bonus. Yeah, straight up for this red, left of the blue. Now if the pink can't go on its spot, it has to go directly behind the spot, in line with the black and the top cushion, so a little bit of work to do for the referee.
Kevin Dabrowski is the man in the white gloves.
So.
No, he's got an angle on this red. Could just play for the black, but he got to leave an angle when potting this red on the next black.
16.
Just having a look at that red left of the pink. Will it pot into this corner pocket? He'd be hoping it does, because that would certainly help his next shot. Yeah, and obviously pots. So that's okay. Now, last chance.
23.
Nice angle after potting this red on the black, you would feel, and then try and go into the pack and bring some more reds into play. Imperative he gets a nice angle here. Well, he's gone up for the blue, but needs to go. Just very surprised there. I mean, he had a straightforward red. It was easy to get on the black. Guaranteed a nice angle. On the blue, cue ball had to just travel that bit more distance, had to be a bit more accurate. Didn't get the desired angle on the blue, and there you see it's end of break.
See Jiahui.
Mike Williams just gesturing for the path of the cue ball. Pot this red. Try and get that cue ball between pink and black. Good pot. Just clipped the black, which scuppered the position.
Big shot. Nicely played from Mark Williams. Open table, big chance actually this.
FC. $16.
Lovely shot once again. Delicate little cannon into those two reds, bring them into play. Always going to be on this red into the left corner. This time just over on it. The cue ball for the blue. Shouldn't be a problem. Green down for red, maybe either side of that pink. Didn't travel far enough, so this is trickier red than he would have liked. It's cuttable, but you've got to be careful with it. Ah, good shot. Very, very good.
26.
Kissed the yellow, but it's worked out good for Williams. Brown to go in front in the frame.
30.
He had a red with the rest in the last frame. Not that dissimilar that he missed. No, nowhere near. Nowhere near. So, Jiahui just one behind
30.
with a great opening here. As I say, similar sort of shot to the last frame.
He just struggled, didn't he, with the cue ball from distance, from ball colour down to these reds. He came up short a couple of times. What a chance for Jiahui now to cut the deficit to just one. That red on the left-hand side cushion, you wouldn't feel would be too much of a problem. One of these players that can play left-handed, as you can see.
Oops. Oopsie.
Yeah, tidying up these loose reds before he attempts to get on that red. It's close to that left-hand side cushion. He's going to need a colour after the last red, so that might make a little bit of a difference to the shot.
20.
Doesn't want to be straight on the pink, needs an angle. Desperately looking. Looks pretty straight to me, so may have to play the red from a bit more of a distance than he would have liked. Well, he's playing it off two cushions here, possibly three. 1, 2, and doesn't get the pace on it, so it's okay. It's cuttable, but it's also missable, this red. But if it goes in, he should be on the pink. But if he misses it, it could cost him the frame. So pressure on this shot.
Well, big miss that.
27.
Okay, needed the black afterwards, but That was basically 4-3, you felt. Now, can Williams produce one of these clearances that can make all the difference in matches?
One.
The difference in this one, he'll be a one from victory. He made the clearance of the season, didn't he, really, last year? It was between him and John Higgins, that one against Tom Ford at the Tour Championship where the balls were just incredible. In the decider, that was, to win 10-9.
6.
Yeah, this one a little bit easier, of course. The black will be the more difficult of all the colours here, but can't say it would be too much of a problem as long as he gets on the pink nicely. He's got to negotiate this brown, blue, and make sure he leaves himself a nice angle on that pink just to drop behind the black. Now this is the key shot. Anywhere but straight on this pink when he bounces the cue ball off this top cushion. Doesn't want to be straight. Well, he's absolutely perfect. Look at that. Wonderful positional shot. What a steal.
Yeah, he missed the red with the rest. He offered the chance, Jiahui. Missed that thin red to this pocket. Williams with the black for 5-2. A massive blow to Landa, and he knows it. They both know it. It puts him within one of a place against Judd Trump in the final. He leads here in Riyadh, 5-2. Lead to 5-2. One more frame, he's in the final. And it'll be an all left-handed battle with Judd Trump to look forward to. Best of 19 on Saturday to decide our champion. Because Mark Williams has been on tour long enough. He was in the old Dubai Classic. He was in this part of the world then. For Judd Trump, it's new territory here in the Middle East. Big, big first prize up for grabs, $500,000 plus, of course, the trophy. And what a springboard for the rest of the season. You've been all the events you want to be in, the Players Series, all the rest of it. Didn't that make a great sound? Terrific pot from Jiahui, but what will it lead to?
Yeah, wonderful opening red. Now just having a look that if he plays this blue, the path of the cue ball, does he play a delicate cannon or does he play it with force? Try and bring some more reds into play as we see this wonderful pot again from distance. Playing a delicate cannon. Well, it may be okay. There may be one red into the right centre pocket. Beautifully played cannon on the red, just to hold for this red into the left corner. What a talented player he really is. Very exciting to watch.
20.
Natural, instinctive, fluent.
20.
Fearless. Doesn't have to play into the reds. He can play for, and he's got possibility of 2 loose reds, but he's going into them. He wants to get them open as quickly as possible, and he has done.
30.
Yeah, he's a player who wants to create his own chances rather than sort of wait for them to come along. You have to admire that. He's trying to make something happen here in adversity.
30.
Well, he's sort of got them at his mercy here, so it's up to him to stay focused and try and narrow the gap. And if he can do it in one visit, of course, it sends a little message that might be all he needs to maybe take this the distance. Just one chance in each frame.
Mark Williams to be only too aware
50.
the dangers of his young opponent. He won't be taking anything for granted. He knows he's still involved in a match here. Okay, he's on the precipice of a final. It should trump, but
50 minutes.
he knows if he gives this man half a chance, well, could cost him the frame. Still looking very, very sharp and assured of himself, even though he's lost that previous frame, which you think might have rocked him. Not at all. He's come back with a bang here. Excellent break so far. Red and a colour required. Close the gap to 2.
Exactly, just make sure don't want any more clearances. Great first red it was as well. Really thumped it into the pocket. Just checking the scores. The pink, Williams needs a snooker. Yeah, fantastic response. He's seen it all before, of course, Mark Williams.
$70. 70.
referee going to get this in line.
78.
See, chomping at the bit to pop this next red. Try and make his second century of the match.
$86. $87. $93.
Well, it was a big body blow, obviously losing the last frame on the black, but my word, he's responded well here. This black for century number 2 of the night for Jiahui. He's not giving this up yet, and if he can continue this sort of form, he could still turn it around.
106. $9. $111. $140.
Whatever happens tonight, and for the rest of the weekend, in fact, there's no doubt Jiahui is going to be a major threat for many years to come. He's just got this real star quality about him, and obvious talent also, and I think a good attitude, and he's displayed that here in this frame. Again, keeping his head up.
129.
What a wonderful break. A total clearance from Jiahui, 136. Mark Williams, just a little applause from him there, appreciating the quality of that contribution. So the lead is reduced to 5-3.
He's a real entertainer.
Frame 9. Jiahui to break.
Wonderful future he has in front of him.
Well, as I said at the end of the frame, Mark Williams actually was leading the applause there in his seat. He just sort of banged the side of his chair. How could you not appreciate the quality of that break? He's still in front. He's potentially one chance away from winning this match.
Yeah, you saw a right smile on Jiahui's face there. Bad break off. He's left the red here. It was over, could it? Well. Didn't expect that. Can he knock this long red in? There's a little bit of danger to it if he leaves the cue ball where the red is. He will be leaving the red on should he miss this. Well, he was going to leave a red on, but as the red came into the pack, blocked that red into this bottom right corner pocket. So just a safety shot for Mark Williams. Mark Williams won't mind this at all. I'm sure it just slows down the pace slightly, particularly after being sat in his chair for the whole of the previous frame. Excellent safety shot off 4 cushions, blocking the path down the left hand side of the table, and down this right hand side is a lot of traffic to negotiate through if he wants to get that cue ball back up that side of the table. Just wonder, will he be forced into taking this red on into the bottom right corner pocket? Normally if they can't see a safety shot, they're trying to put their way out of trouble. This could be a little bit difficult for the referee here. This will definitely go back.
Step forward, Kevin Dabrowski, who's got to sort this out. This is why. You can see here what moves, obviously the pink. And 2 reds, just the blue off its spot as well. And then the white's got to be put back. So it's going to take a little while. They've got the help of the marker as well. Marcel Eckhart, I believe, is on the marker's desk with the freeze frame.
This one?
Yeah, so it's just a question of patience here for the players. Both just sitting watching while the officials do their job. That's pretty good, actually. So now it's about the cue ball. Well, I think he's done well there, the referee. Yeah, give him a round of applause. Why not? Of course, you can see a red full here. So if he hits the pink again, he's going to have to hit one the 3rd time. Otherwise, it's match over. Yeah, well now he can't play that shot again. That's one thing he can't do.
Mark Williams 6.
That's assuming Williams puts it back. Yeah, he's going back. The yellow moved as well this time. But for Jiahui, if he doesn't hit a red, because he can see a red full, he'd be top the frame if he missed a 3rd time, and of course it would be end of match. So when these go back, he'd be playing a different shot.
I guess that's this one. Yeah.
Well, again, he's done a good job here.
Yeah, it's always difficult for the referees to rely on the assistant and, of course, the video monitors. Well, he's done a good job there. Could have taken a bit more time. So now this time, there you see the referee warning. Well, is he taking this red on? Oh, he's playing the safety. And that was always the problem. That red was the problem. And he's given Mark Williams a chance. He can pot a red in the middle of the bunch here. He could possibly even get on the black. The chance he was waiting for, Mark Williams. One good break here, and he will play Judd Trump in tomorrow's final.
X. Now. Sixteen. 17. $24. 25.
He's got a couple of loose reds still available, but a lovely angle just to maybe develop another couple more here if he plays a nice cannon into these reds. He's gone with a bit of pace, but got the screw on the cue ball. Possibly should have just stunned it into those reds. Played the double. Oh, what a clever shot. And he's on the yellow. Typical Mark Williams. Such a shot maker. Gonna need another good pot here though. Yellow's slightly tricky. It's behind it, the line into a blind pocket. No problem whatsoever.
35.
Well, the whole tour were here, plus the wild card, so 144 players. We were wondering right at the start, could someone come through the pack from low down the rankings and stake their claim? But it's starting to look very much like it's two of the game's real big hitters going head to head on Saturday for the trophy. Mark Williams and Judd Trump with 54 ranking titles between them.
Incredible. Now he does have the angle. He's one of these, as I said, plays a different game. He doesn't reluctant to play into the pack, but I think he's got to here. No, he doesn't want it. He looks like he's playing for the loose red. Take another 6 points. Maybe play down for the black actually here. Well, he couldn't play it into the pack and taken a chance. Just makes breaks differently, goes about them differently than most players. Now he's got an angle. So one good shot. Nice split. And he'll be in the final. That's not too bad.
49. Let's see.
Well, it's 28 years since his first ranking title success, his home event, the Welsh Open. Since then, of course, he's won 3 World Championships, lots more besides. He sort of talks as if he's almost semi-retired, but he's clearly still in the winning business, as we saw last season.
57.
So this is the ball that should get him over the line.
Yeah, what a break this has been. Had his opponent in all sorts of trouble with the safety shot. Failed to escape. Left him this chance, and wow. That's the one. That's the one where Jiahui now needs a snooker. One more red.
60.
And will cement his place in tomorrow's final. Excellent performance from Mark Williams.
Yeah, what a player. He still is, and there's the little clenched fist. All this stuff about it doesn't matter. Well, it did in that moment, because he knows he has got a huge match to come against Judd Trump. One to savour, not just for the players, but for all of us watching as well.
73.
2 real heavyweights of our sport are going to be going head to head for the £500,000 first prize here in Riyadh.
74.
Good effort. Well, Jiahui's had a great tournament. Of course, he played so well against Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's had 2 centuries in this match as Williams continues the break. Did he hit the pink there? I think he's hit the pink. It doesn't really matter at this stage.
Williams.
Jiahui has come forward to shake hands. So Mark Williams, in his 50th year, progresses to a 42nd World Ranking event final, and he's going to take on Judd Trump in a Super Saturday here in Riyadh for the title. He's beaten Jiahui by 6 frames to 3.